help or to help out the person. And at that time, as I was walking, I was calling 911 to inform them that there was an accident.
Okay. Were you by yourself?
No, sir.
Who were you with?
I was with my coworker, Cody Briceño.
Okay. And did you get to the scene of the accident?
Yes, sir.
And tell us what you saw.
Well, I just remember as I was crossing the street, I had to look to my left to see if there's no any of the vehicles coming. And as soon as I crossed over, I saw a truck that was in the gutter area where the water trolley's at. And then I didn't see him come out of the vehicle, but all I heard is as I got very close to him, I heard someone yell out, "He has a gun." And I stopped, and I'm like, "What gun?" I couldn't see a gun at that time.
Okay. So what did you do?
I paused, and I just yelled out to the guy. I said, "Hey, are you okay?" And he just stared at me, and all I saw was just this black post, what to me looked like a black post, like a fence post, coming up out of from the truck where he was on the other side. And he just kept looking at me, and then as soon as he went like this, it's when I knew that he had a gun, and he started firing, and I just turned around and started running back to the
Okay.
funeral home.
Did he fire before you turned to run or after you turned to run?
I think it was after I turned.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you saw the black post, you heard somebody yell there's a gun, and you turned to run.
Yes, sir.
And you said you had already been on the phone?
I was in the phone with 911 to tell him that hey, there was an accident at the time.
And that was when you were on your way over there, or when
Correct.
did you call 911?
As I was walking across the street is when I was with 911 to let them know that there was an accident there. And then, of course, as soon as I ran back to the Hillcrest, I immediately called 911 and to let them know that he started shooting at us. And then I was watching him through the window, the scene unfold through the window of the side of the building, or the front office, should I say.
So you did get safely back to the funeral home,
Yes, sir.
but then you continued watching?
I continued watching and calling 911 because we were shot at. And I didn't expect to be shot at.
And why would you call 911 if you were shot at?
Well, because I wanted to let them know that, hey, there's a guy out here that has a gun that's been shooting at us. And I didn't understand why. It's like, what was his motive? I didn't know.
Okay. Did you have any expectations when you called 911?
No, sir.
Okay. Did you expect the police to show up?
Well, that's the first thing that one would think, that the police department would show up.
So that's why you called them as opposed to somebody else?
Correct.
Okay. Now, but you stay watching this man after you get back in the funeral home, and you're in a position where you can see him?
Yes, sir.
Tell us describe what he looked like, if you could tell.
I just remember him seeing a tall, skinny guy, Hispanic, and he was wearing all black. And as he started shooting at us, when I was looking through the window, he kept pointing the gun towards the funeral home. And then that's when I saw him throw a duffel bag across the fence. And when he threw the duffel bag across the fence, he then jumped the fence. He didn't run towards the school. He basically walked completely, very nonchalantly, like no rush, no nothing. And as soon as he was walking that direction, I just remember the parking lot where the teachers park. He just pulled his hat up, and he just shook his hair like he was waving it, put the cap back on. And at that moment, I saw a white car that went right through the parking lot. It went so fast, but he was standing right over here where the school teacher's parking lot was at. And he just...
So you saw a white car arrive, and this is after you called 911.
Yes, sir.
And you see the man with black hair, and where is he standing?
And the parking lot where the teacher's parking, he was in between two vehicles.
In the teacher's parking lot?
Yes, sir.
And what did you see next?
And then I just, like I said, I just saw the car driving by, and then I just saw him walking towards the end of the school, and then I saw some children were at the playground, the pavilion, and I just remember him shooting at the children, and then from that point he went.
Hold on one second, I want to make sure I understand the time. So you see him shooting at the children?
Yes, sir. The ones that were at the playground.
And that was after you saw the white car enter the school grounds?
No, not after. It was before.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I just want to make sure I understood that.
Yes, sir.
So you see him shooting at children, and how much later did you see the white car?
I think it was just moments later.
And then what happened?
And then I just remember him going through the classrooms, and he started shooting in window by window until he got to the door where he walked in through.
So you could see all of that.
Oh, yes, sir.
Did you see other police officers pull up?
There was nobody there at the time.
Okay, so just that one white car is all
Yeah.
you had seen?
Yes, sir. And then by the time he entered, I heard the shooting inside the classroom. At that point, I just, was begging 911 to please get officers out there. And then I saw a police officer arrive, and I was telling him he entered through that door. And that's the door that he entered through. And I just remember him walking towards that. And I hung up with 911, and I called my mom. And I said, Mom, please get into prayers. I said, someone's shooting at the children here at the school.
And that was based on your observations in the funeral home,
Yes, sir.
that they're shooting at children?
Yes, sir.
And you called 911
Yes, sir.
and begged them?
Yes, I just said, please get officers out here.
So you made 2 calls?
The first one, the 911 call that I made was because of the accident. And then the second one I made was because he started shooting at us and telling them, and I was with the operator, or the 911 operator, with him on the line while the shooting was going on.
Okay. May I have it just a second to set up, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
And do you want to use your jail board for the description?
Well, you're free to use whatever we have. As a demonstrative, if you want to. So, yeah. You want me to get it?
That's okay. It's good. So, if you want to show it to us. Yeah, this is what, do you mark it, or do you want us to just mark it?
Yeah, we can just mark as defense wanted.
Well, can we just, we have our mark.
You rather-
Yeah.
I'd rather mark it.
That's fine.
Sorry.
That's fine too.
Thank you.
Well, my numbers, my mark.
Mess up your system.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, the only thing we ask is, I think that there's some additional writing on there that we haven't seen yet. So we just asked to see what that is before we get to it.
Okay.
Okay, we good to go with that demonstrative exhibit?
Judge, now are you okay?
Yes, Your Honor, and we'd offer Stacy Exhibit 1 for demonstrative purposes.
All right, no objection, it's admitted. Yes, you may move.
And may Mr. Limones approach the exhibit, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Would you mind getting up and help us with this a little bit? And we've got jurors spread all the way across. So I'm going to ask you to stand here and kind of keep an eye on this juror so you don't get in their way, and I'm going to get on this side and try to do the same. Okay? Would you start by showing us where your funeral home is?
Our funeral home is right here.
That's the funeral home.
That's the funeral.
And would you also show us where the wreck happened?
The wreck happened right here, sir.
Where the red X is?
Yes, sir.
And does this red line, is that an accurate depiction of the way you saw the gunman walk?
Yes, sir.
Would you trace that so the jury is kind of faint?
Right here.
Okay, so first you see him walk to the south end,
Yes, sir.
and then walk back all the way up to the north
And
end.
then walk
end
all the
of
way
it.
to the
And so you got out of the funeral home, where were you and where did you go?
I was right here in the hallway, and I was walking when I was told that there was an accident. So we walked out and we started walking this way. When we saw the dust here, we began to run. I stopped here to look this direction to see if there's any vehicles were coming. And then I crossed over and I walked right about this area right here. And I saw the gunman and that's when I called out to him and said, "Hey sir, are you okay?" He didn't say anything at all. He just kept looking at me. And that's when I heard someone yell. I didn't know who it was. I just heard someone yell out, "He has a gun." And I stopped and I'm like, "What gun?" And that's when I saw him, pull the gun out.
With the black post?
With the back, that looked like a black post. And now, afterwards, I realized it was the weapon he used.
Okay. Thank you. You can have a seat. And I'm correct that you called 911, is that correct?
I'm sorry?
You called 911,
Yes, sir.
and you're aware that they record your phone calls.
Yes, sir.
When you called 911, were you in an excited state?
I was really overwhelmed.
Judge, I'm sorry, sir. We'll stipulate to the 911 call, Judge.
You may proceed.
Okay. Have you listened to the two 911 calls that you made before appearing before the jury?
No, sir.
Okay. But I believe they're stipulated
Yes,
that they're
sir.
fair and accurate representations. As you listen to these phone calls, I'm going to ask you if that is your voice and if that's a fair and accurate representation of the calls.
Yes,
Fair
sir.
enough?
Fair enough.
They would play, is it 6?
Yeah, I have.
We'd mark an offer station to give it 21 year on,
No objection, Judge.
Submitted.
and maybe it displayed to the jury.
Yes.
Uvalde County 911. Yes, ma'am. Somebody just had an accident over here. I know you're just. Do they are they rolling? Somebody killing a gun. They're shooting guns. They just got. Oh my God! They just got shot at us. They shot at you? Yeah. Listen, there's a guy who's at the school over here. He's in the back. He's got a serious shooting at the school. Hurry! Hurry, please! He's in the bed. Oh my God! Oh my God! He's jumping into the schoolyard. He's jumping into the schoolyard, man. Are you in the schoolyard? Yes, he just jumped over the fence. He's running toward the school. Oh my God. He's wearing black. He's like a young kid. Please hurry. Okay, we do have multiple officers sitting out that way. You said he's wearing black? No, yes, he's walking. He's walking across to the lobby here right from the funeral home. We're coming from at the funeral home. Oh my gosh. Okay, there's one officers that are heading out that way. What do you mean? There's kids out there. There's kids out there, please. Oh, he's shooting at a truck that's going by. Hurry! Yes, sir. We have multiple units heading out that way. Oh my God, these kids. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. My God. Father, please, in the name of Jesus. Oh my God. Lord, please protect these children. Father God, in the name of Jesus. Father, I'm asking you to please. He's going to the school. They got to hurry. Is there any on the inside? Oh my God, he's about to shoot. Oh my God, Jesus, he's shooting at people. Maybe he's shooting. Oh Jesus, hallelujah. Oh my God. Father, in the name of Jesus, I just ask for you. I can't believe it. Oh, in the name of Jesus. Oh my God. Oh my goodness, you shot at us. Oh my God. The Uvalde school is out there. Okay, so the dive officer there, I'm gonna go there and disconnect with you, okay? Okay. Hurry. Yes, sir. Thank you. Bye.
And I believe we had a stipulation that phone call started 11/29/14.
Correct, Judge.
All right. And Mr. Limones, I believe you described in your testimony that you were called upon to make a second call to 911. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
What caused you to make a second call?
With the actual shooting that was happening, there were the kids. That was that when the guy had walked into the school. When he began, to start shooting at the children.
And you could hear those shots from where you were.
Yes, sir.
So there was a second sense of urgency. And as you make that call then, I believe you had a stipulation 11:33:18. Some 4 minutes later.
Yes, brother.
So stipulated, you may proceed.
And we'd asked to offer Station Exhibit 22, the second 911 call.
No objection, Judge.
I think
It's
they're on
admitted.
they're on the same
Oh, they're
disc.
on the
Yeah,
same.
so we still exhibit number 21.
21A and B then, Your Honor, with A being the first phone call and B being the second.
All right, no objection, they're both admitted.
And then we play it for the jury.
You got to kill me. Let's go! Let's go! Okay, then we do have God, in the name of Jesus, you decide let's go shooting at the kids! He's like, oh my God, you want to go to school? Yeah, we have multiple units inside of the their location. Go to school! Oh my God!
Are those two both accurate depictions of the 911 calls that you made?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Limones, other than talking to the 911 one dispatcher. Does that phone call indicate you were talking to other people? Who else were you talking to?
I was talking to I think it was the first officer that responded. It was the Uvalde police officer,
The police officers that responded?
the first one.
Okay. And, may I approach the witness?
Yes, sir.
You can just sit right there for, I just need to show one time. Just show the jury where the police officers were.
The first police officer that responded, that he parked right about right here. That was the one that I was telling him that he walked into this door.
Okay.
And it was a Uvalde PD.
Did you ever see any officers at this intersection?
No, sir.
You did not talk to them?
No, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And the white car that you saw, would you show the direction you saw it and where it went?
Yes, sir. There's an entrance right here,
Yes.
and the car just came through this direction.
So the car drove in the same direction, at least ended up in the same place where the shooter was?
Up in this area, but the shooter was already inside the building when this. I'm sorry, I take that back. When the gunman was right here, if I recall correctly, it's when I saw a vehicle also pull by here, but they would not be able to see if whatever came through here. They wouldn't be able to see them because of he was between two vehicles.
So the parking lot was full of
Yeah,
vehicles?
this car that came through here, I don't know who it was, but the car that came through here went fast.
It went fast?
It was real fast
And the gunman was between two vehicles at the time?
at that time, yes, sir.
Okay. But was the parking lot full of vehicles?
Yes, sir. This whole parking lot was full of a lot of vehicles.
Because it was a school day?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Limones, let me also ask you, the funeral home, does it have video cameras on the funeral home?
Yes, sir.
And do those video cameras accurately depict the scenes both on the side of the funeral home as well as on the front of the funeral home?
Yes, sir.
We stipulate to those, Judge. No objection.
Okay. So we'll just kind of describe them for a second. Have you had a chance to look at those videos?
Some of them. No, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
And do they accurately depict what you saw that day?
Yes, sir.
And so what's our next number? Is it all three? It's all three. We'd offer at this time, mark and offer State's Exhibit 22, which is all three funeral home
No
cameras.
objection. So all three of them, no objection, Judge.
There's been,
And maybe we'll
keep
play
that
those.
publisher.
And if you'll just kind of swing around, we're going to play those funeral homes on that video behind you. You can pull it up. Okay, would you stop it real quick? Mr. Limones, do you see the numbers in the top hand corner that are rolling continuously?
Yes, sir.
Does that appear to be the correct and accurate time as to when you saw these events?
I'm full. Yes, sir.
Okay. And tell us what angle we're looking at this point.
You're looking at the side parking lot of the vehicle as it's facing Rob School. It's on the entrance where the accident really happened.
And where is the ditch where you saw the vehicle wreck?
May I approach it?
Yes.
It's right here.
Okay.
This is the side, the front of the office is on this side, and you'll see us walking through here to go across.
Okay. And so what we're about to see then is that vehicle wreck, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And does it also depict you coming out to check on it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Paul. So, Mr. Leon, so I think what we're about to do is about to get to that point. I just wanted to point that out to you. We're just about 10 seconds from where the original were at.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So was that the wreck?
That was right. Yes, sir, that was right.
And the next thing we'll see then is you and your cohort going over to check on them. Is that
Correct.
right? Thank you. Okay, pause it. Okay, we have 11:29:05 on the counter. Do you see yourself on that video?
Yes, sir.
And would you point that out for the jury?
That would be the first person on the right-hand side.
You'd be the person on the right-hand side?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And so did that fairly and accurately depict that when you turned and ran and came back in as the shots were fired?
Yes, sir.
How many shots were fired?
To us,
Yes.
I couldn't tell you, but to be honest with you, there's quite a bit. I just remember bullets grazing us.
Okay. So it was more than that?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Okay. Thank you. Could you just tell us what is this gunman doing at this point?
Yes, sir. At that point, I'm already inside the building, and I'm at the far right-hand office right here at the corner.
Okay.
And I'm watching him, and I'm calling 911 and telling them that I saw him where he jumped up. He threw first a duffel bag across. And as soon when he threw the duffel bag, then he jumped the fence himself, and then he started walking towards the school.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll watch now until we get to 11:31:36 and ask you what we see there. Stop. Stop. And so around 11:31:36, is that when we saw the white car?
Yes, sir.
And is that the white car that you saw drive to the south
Yes, sir.
end of the building?
Yes, sir.
And the next camera angle will show better where that car went, is that correct?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Okay. Okay, do we see other police cars arriving at this time?
Yes, sir. I see them arriving over here at this time.
At that intersection?
Yes, sir.
Of where the wreck happened?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what is the time on the counter?
11:32:25.
Thank you. Okay, just stop it here. And we have it at about 11:33:35, and I'll ask you to describe what you see happen as we start it back up.
And honestly, I didn't know that the police officers were in that corner. I guess that's when I was with 911 calling, looking at towards the school.
You were looking at the other direction.
Yes, sir.
Very well.
Because that vehicle, because I'm like trying to figure out, okay, where, all I remember is a UPD
Sure.
officer showing up, and I didn't know they were stopped right there.
You didn't actually see it, but do you have any reason to believe this wasn't accurately depicting the events as they occurred?
Correct.
Thank you. Okay. Start it back. Okay, just stop it here. Mr. Limones, do you see another white car there at that point?
Yes, sir.
And is that the second car that you saw heading the same direction that the first white car?
No, I never saw no other vehicles other than just a white one. This is the first time I've ever seen this.
Okay, we'll look at the next section then.
Okay.
Okay. Well, would you note the time is 11:34:57, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I think now we're going to move to a front angle, which may be a lot more closely aligned with what you actually saw.
Yes, sir.
Okay? And this may help you describe for us those two white police cars that came up.
Yes, sir.
Fair enough? So as we start, could you tell us what we're looking at?
You're looking at the front end of the funeral home,
And where is where is the Rob School?
directly across the street in front of the funeral home.
And on the screen, is it on the left side of the screen or the right side of the screen?
What is the Rob School? It's on the left side of the screen,
And where does the wreck occur?
on the right-hand side of the screen.
Thank you. Stop it. Can you see the man who had the wreck and pulled the gun on you at this point?
Yes, sir.
And would you point that at, you might have to stand up, but point that out for the jury.
Yes, sir.
He's right there. And what's he doing as we stop the camera right there at 11:30.16?
He was jumping the fence at that point.
He's jumping the fence?
Yes, sir.
And now we're gonna see him walk toward the Rob School?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And if you might just point it out one more time as he starts walking, just so make sure we see him.
Yes, sir.
Kind of small from here. Yes, if you will.
This is where he's walking right here. And then he goes out of view for a little bit because there's a bush there. And he starts walking this direction. And that's where he's at.
Okay. And now we can see it's just a very dark blur, but walking across the school ground.
Yes, sir.
And would you tell us to stop the video when he gets to the parking lot?
Yes, sir. Right there's where you're starting to step foot into the
Okay,
parking lot.
stop it, please. 11:31, about 21 or 22.
And as you can tell, he's walking in between the two vehicles at that point.
He's walking between the vehicles at 11:31, around 21 or 22. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And now we're going to move ahead about 15 seconds. I want to ask you what you see there.
Yes, sir.
Well, I may have misjudged the time. Stop. So it's 11:31:42. Can you tell us what we saw there?
Yes, sir. That's a white vehicle that I saw approaching into the schoolyard.
So about 20 seconds after the gunman reaches the parking lot, then you see a
Yes, sir.
white car, and it's headed toward that same direction. Is that
Correct.
correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can start back up. And you can stop it there. So around 11:31:50, he's out of sight, but he's close to that south side of that last.
Yes, sir.
Is
At that, what I remember seeing is that the gentleman was between the two vehicles, towards the front end of the vehicles, and that's when I saw the white vehicle that was going really fast, that went right by him.
So the gunman was still at the southwest side of the building?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's move forward then to 11:33:25. Okay. You stop it. Around 11:33, did you see a police car then leaving and driving that direction?
That direction, sir.
Okay. I want to ask you, because it's quiet, y'all didn't pick up sound, is that correct?
Correct.
But during this whole period of time, from when you saw the first white police car at 11:31, 42, until the police car left at 11:33:25, what was going on at the school?
That time there was that's when the shooting was happening outside. That's when he began to shoot the children at the pavilion first. That's what I was watching.
Okay. So you were watching the gunman shooting children at the pavilion,
Yes, sir.
and then did you see what the shooter did after that?
After he was treating the children, I just saw the children, kind of all ran away from the school, and then I saw him walking towards the south end of the building, and then started at every window, and just randomly would just get the gun and shoot inside the windows.
And when he was shooting, that was after the white car had already gotten to the south end of the building?
Yes, sir.
And did you hear one or more than one shot?
No, he was shooting at every window as he was walking down. So there was a lot more. I don't know how many windows there was there, but he was shooting at every window up until he got to the entry door.
And did that give you concern?
Absolutely.
And what were you concerned for?
Well, just for the children, the safety of the children, and
But
the
you
police
couldn't see the
officers would.
children.
I'm sorry.
You couldn't see the children?
No, sir.
Well, then why would you be concerned for the children?
Well, because I didn't know whether they were in classrooms or not in classroom.
Sure. That's normal. Right?
Yes, sir. Oh, they're innocent children, so it's like.
Right, innocent children. And that's why we hear that energy in your voice when you call 911.
Correct. Yes,
You're
sir.
concerned for the kids.
Yes, sir.
And now we'll move to 11:34:59. That's a full minute and a half later. And is the second, would you stop at 11:34:59? Is that second white vehicle coming into view now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And it goes back to the same place that the first vehicle went, the first white vehicle?
I can't tell you, sir, because I don't remember ever seeing another vehicle other than just the first white one.
Okay, very good. Well, we'll run it ahead. Will you describe what you see this second white vehicle do?
Yes,
Will
sir.
you describe it as you watch it? And would you stop it there at 11:35:07?
And he passed through a parking lot right where the shooter was originally from the beginning.
Did he take the same path that that first vehicle took?
From the looks of it, yes, sir.
And that was at 11:35:08, some 3.5 minutes later. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Let's go ahead and break lunch.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a little afternoon. What I'd like to ask the folks in the courtroom to do is we're going to excuse the jury and they're going to go with the bailiff to catch the elevators to have lunch so we can get them back by 1:15. So if you'll stay in the courtroom until the bailiff opens the door over there, we'll get them out first.